This is Greg Kelly. Donate now to Toys for Tots, which works year-round. Go to toysfortots.org. Toys for Tots supports children in need throughout the year with programs like the Toys for Tots Literacy Program. Established in 2008, it has provided over 63 million books to disadvantaged children. The Toys for Tots Literacy Program is committed to providing disadvantaged children with direct access to books and educational resources that enhance their ability to read and communicate effectively. Go to toysfortots.org.
Listen, all you New Yorkers. Taxi.
Okay, man, we're looking around.
This is the 77 WABC minicast.
And tonight on the Rita Cosby Show, a deal. President Trump in the 11th hour. It was supposed to be 8 p.m. Eastern time that all hell was going to rain down on Iran. And it definitely would have with President Trump. You know it. They were planning to hit the power plants. They were planning to hit bridges. They were planning a full, all-out pummeling of Iran. They had all the positions in place, all the military assets in place. And then the Pakistanis came through and said, we have a deal that Iran is coming to the table. So the big question tonight, as we're hearing that there's some 2-week ceasefire. It is a double-sided ceasefire. President Trump says they will not attack Iran and that Iran will not attack America. Assets anywhere in the region will not attack Israel, will not attack its Arab neighbors, will not do any of that. So the question is, how real is this? I give President Trump a lot of credit. He continues to try to negotiate even up until the 11th hour. And there's obviously something in this deal that gives President Trump hope that maybe it's legitimate. Maybe it also buys the U.S. military some time to reconfigure in the area. Maybe he says, okay, I'll just give one last shot. Maybe they can open up the Strait of Hormuz. Even if it opens up for a few days, we can get a whole bunch of ships through, and that'll do at least some short-term alleviation. And even if in 2 weeks from now, I have to pound Iran back to kingdom come, maybe that is what's going to happen. So I'm very skeptical, not because of President Trump. I'm very skeptical because I just don't trust Iran. I applaud President Trump for what looks like the outlines of a deal. I applaud that he's still continuing to listen to different parties. And I applaud that he's still trying to figure out some way to make this happen. But I also don't think that he needs to back off on any of his demands. Obviously, Iran cannot have a nuclear weapon. Obviously, there has to be free flow of oil and ships and everything through the Strait of Hormuz indefinitely. Obviously, they got to get rid of their ballistic missile launchers. And I'd like to see a regime change. I know President Trump says that's never been the agenda in the cards, but they've come this far. And I just was listening to my friend General Jack Keane. And he was saying that he also believes at some point it's going to go back to a military strategy, that at some point he believes that they will have to, quote, finish the job. But at least I give President Trump for chance for trying. Let's see. Let's see what the next 2 weeks brings. Maybe Iran will break it within hours. There's reports tonight that missiles are still flying in Israel and also some of the Arab countries that's coming from Iran. You could maybe say that maybe not everybody in the Iranian chain of command got the message or was told to back off, or maybe there's even disputes within the chain of command. One group's negotiating with Trump and the other group doesn't want to negotiate with Trump. So it's a little unclear sort of where all this is going. But at least I applaud President Trump for trying. And he put out the big statement just a little bit ago, guys, saying, quote, based on the conversations he had with the prime minister there of Pakistan and also the field marshal, he says they requested I hold off on the destructive force being sent tonight to Iran and subject to the Islamic Republic of Iran agreeing to the complete, immediate and safe opening of the Strait of Hormuz. Again, subject to that. I agree to suspend the bombing and attack of Iran for a period of 2 weeks. And then he says this will be a double-sided ceasefire. The reason for doing so is that we have already met and exceeded all our military objectives, are very far along with a definitive agreement concerning long-term peace with Iran and peace in the Middle East. And then he talks about a 10-point proposal that he has gotten from Iran. So where is all this going? What a big news night. And remember, it was just last night that President Trump said we could easily take out and rain down hell on Iran. Take a listen. This is what he said last night.
Well, at a level that nobody's ever seen before. The entire country can be taken out in one night, and that night might be tomorrow night. Both members of the crew ejected from the aircraft and landed alive.
And he was also talking there about the 2 airmen, of course, that did get out alive, which he says was a complete embarrassment to Iran because it could show that they could go there, get them out, and continue the mission. And then he also talked yesterday about the destruction that could happen. And he said that the people of Iran were willing to have more pounding of key locations if it would mean a good ending to the future of Iran. Take a listen to this.
You've said Iranians would be mad if you stopped these attacks, but why would they want you to blow up their infrastructure, to cut off their power? Wouldn't that be punishing Iranians for the actions of the regime?
They would be willing to, and it's suffering, they would be willing to suffer that in order to have freedom. The Iranians have, and we've had numerous intercepts. Please keep bombing. Bombs that are dropping near their homes. Please keep bombing. Do it. And these are people that are living where the bombs are exploding. And when we leave and we're not hitting those areas, they're saying, please come back, come back, come back. These are the people. I don't know what they do. All I can tell you is they want freedom. They have lived in a world that you know nothing about. It's a violent, horrible world where if you protest, you are shot.
And he is correct that those people are begging for America's help.
This is Roger Stone for American Sovereign Bullion. Since 2020, the U.S. dollar has lost over 20% of its purchasing power. Meanwhile, gold continues to rise. Call 844-272-2428 or go to asbgold.com now to get your free gold and silver guide and learn how to protect your wealth with physical gold and silver delivered to your door or held in a gold IRA today. So go to asbgold.com now. Don't wait for the markets to drop. That's asbgold.com.